So, what's all around you? What do you see every day? What's become so familiar to your eyes and your brain that you don't even see it anymore? If you want to influence change, whether for yourself personally or for your team or your organization, this is something to think about. Our environment, the things we see around us in our offices, homes, on familiar travels from one place to another, you know, those times when you can't remember how you got from one place to another because you were on automatic pilot on a familiar route. Yep, all that is perfectly and ideally set up to keep everything exactly as it currently is. Think about that for a minute. The environment you're in is exactly what you need to maintain the status quo. Yay, right? But what if you want to create change? Aha! You get it, right? Change something in the environment. Create a visual pattern interrupt, something that catches your eye or physically makes you move differently. As the exercise coaches tell us, put the running shoes where you'll fall over them. I've even heard some people suggest sleeping in your gym clothes. I have to admit, that's going a little far from my perspective, but hey, whatever works, right? Here's an important point, though. The thing you introduce into your environment doesn't have to be directly related to the change you want to create. Many years ago, when I first started my business, I bought this little pewter dragon to remind me not to expect the kind of immediate email response I got when I was a senior executive in an organization. There's a big difference between the kind of quick reply one gets as a senior leader versus the, let's just say, rather slower response when one is an independent consultant reaching out to make connections. Now, dragons have nothing to do with email. But he was a visual pattern interrupt in my environment to remind me not to get wrapped around the proverbial axle when my emails went unanswered. And you know, it worked. Of course it worked. I wouldn't be telling you about it if it hadn't worked, but it worked even faster than I expected. Within just a few weeks, a month at most, I was already shifting from why aren't they answering my email to actually being, oh, wow, look at that. Someone answered. You don't need anything fancy. You just need something that's different in your environment that you've mentally connected to the change you're working on. And if you're working with a team, of course, you need to make sure that everyone knows whatever it is, a poster on the wall, a new logo, or a background for the team shared space online, whatever it might be, that new thing is about making the change. You want that specific mental link. So, what do you think? Have you ever tried something like this? Will you try? Do you have questions? Let me know in the comments because I always come back to answer. And in the meantime, make sure you're subscribed and click that notification bell so you'll always know when I release a new video. And now, go forth, create a change in your environment to support the change you want to make, and take care.